For the last layer means you solve the last layer in 4 algorithms. There are 16 algorithms to learn in total, and it's pretty fast as well. Alright, something you just have to know, when I do these 4 moves, I call that a sexy move, and when I do these 4 moves, I call that a sledgehammer. So just keep those in mind because I'll be referencing those a lot in this video. So what even is for the last layer? What are the steps? Well, 4 algorithms are needed, and the first algorithm is called EO, or edge orientation, and you get a cross on top, like this, so you orient all the edges. Next is called CO, or corner orientation, so obviously you orient all of the remaining corners and get all yellow to the top. And the next step is called CP, or corner permutation, which is where you solve all the corners, like this. And the last step is EP, or edge permutation, where you solve the rest. So we're going to be starting off with EO, so if you need a reminder, this is where you orient all the edges. So there are 3 cases for this. 1, you either have the line, 2, you have an L, or 3, you have a dot, which is where you have no edges oriented. So starting off with the line. So if you have a line, hold it horizontally like this, then turn the front clockwise, and then do the sexy move that I referenced earlier. And then just undo the F move. And there you go, we have a cross. If you have the L, just ignoring these corners, 2 oriented edges that are adjacent, then hold it like this so the L is pointing to the back and the left, and then do pretty much the same thing, F, but do the reverse, so inverse, so that would be like this. And then undo, and then as you can see we have a cross. And if you have a dot, then you can kind of just combine those 2 algorithms together. So what you do is you do the algorithm for the line, which is F, and then you just do the sexy and then undo, and then you have an L, so you can just do U2, and then you put like this and do this algorithm, so F, and then inverse sexy, and then undo the F move. And there you go, those are all the EO cases. Next for CO, there are 7 different cases, and actually I'll be dividing all these cases into 3 little subgroups. The first group is where you have no corners oriented, where you have 1 corner oriented, or you have 2 corners oriented. So firstly, we're going to be doing the cases where you have 0 corners facing up. Alright, starting off, so if you have 2 of the same, like going this way, they're both on this side yellow, and here they're both on the same side yellow, then put 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and then do this kind of algorithm. You want to do this kind of a sexy move, but the last move goes this way instead of this way. It's like this. Then you're going to have to memorize this, do this. And then you move this up, move this in, and then put it back down. And there you see we have it solved. If you see we have like 2 of these going the same way, but the other 2 are going like that, then hold it with the headlights, I'm going to be referencing them, on the left. And then what you do is this, you do this, U2, and then R2, that, R2, then you U2, and then R. And there you see we have everything solved. So those are all the cases for no corners. Now we have the cases where there are 1 corner oriented, and then there's 2 of them. So, how would you recognize these cases? Is you put the corner on the front, and then you look, is there a yellow sticker on here or here? Now, if there's one on the right, then hold it like this, and we're going to do an algorithm called Sune. It goes like this. So you do basically the first 3 moves of the sexy move, except the last move goes this way. And then just do R, and then just put this back down like that. And you have CO done. But if you look and you see the corners on the left, then what you do is hold it like this, And then do basically the opposite. So basically, move this out like that. And then basically do the same 4 moves as the inverse sexy, but start with this. And then it's just normal. And then there you go, we are done. So those are all just the 2 cases for those. And then now we have the cases where you have 2 corners oriented. So the first one, if you have a headlights and the 2 oriented corners are next to each other, and if you have headlights, then hold it with the headlights facing you, and then just do this. It's kind of hard to memorize. The algorithm will be on the screen. So you're just going to have to memorize that. Maybe you can find some sort of memory trick for that algorithm. So if you have that same case from before where you have the 2 next to each other, but you don't see headlights, they're kind of facing away like this, then hold it like this with the 2 oriented corners on the right, and then do this. The first 4 moves are kind of like a sexy move, but the first move is a wide, so you turn 2 layers at a time. Then the same. Then the last 4 moves are like a wide sledgehammer, so it's a sledgehammer, but you start with a wide move, so turn 2 layers down. And then do the same, and then there you go. And if you have the only case where 2 oriented corners, but they're diagonally from each other, then you want to hold it in a very specific way where you can see a yellow corner here. So this is actually the correct orientation you want to hold it. Not this, because you can't see a yellow corner in this spot. Not here, here. Not here, not here, but it is here. So this is how you want to hold it. So how you do the algorithm is basically an inverse sledgehammer. So basically like this. But the last move is a wide move. And then you do an inverse sexy move. And then the last move is a wide move. So basically the reverse of before. And then you have it done. Now we move on to CP, or corner permutation. This is the step where you permute all the corners and you just put them in the right place. This is the easiest step to learn. There's 2 cases for it. Well, technically 3, because one of them is the solved state, where all of your corners are solved. And the other case is where you have 2 of them solved, but the other are not. And the other case is where you have no corners solved. Alright, so the first case is if you can see 1 pair of headlights, like this. These are headlights, remember. Then if you see headlights, and put them on the left. And then do this algorithm. Basically, do a sexy move, but the last move is this. Then do a sexy move. Then start a sledgehammer, but then only do this, and then just go like that. So that's the algorithm. You're just gonna have to memorize that. It'll be on the screen in case my explaining it was not very good. Now, if you don't see any headlights or the corners are like opposite, then just hold in any orientation, and then do this algorithm. Start with an F move, then do a sexy move, but the second move is this. And then usual. Then do a sexy move, but the last move is this. And then do a sexy move, and then do a sledgehammer. And there you go, we have all the corners solved. Alright, and the last step is to solve the cube, so do EP, which permeates all the edges and finishes up the cube. So the first case, well, the first 2 cases are ones where you have 1 edge solved already. So if you already have 1 solved edge like this, then put it in the back always. Then you will have 3 remaining edges left. Now they can either go clockwise or anti-clockwise. So in this case, the red is going here, the orange goes here, and the green goes here, and we have a clockwise cycle like this. So this is the first case. And how you want to do this is we're going to be doing a move that you might not have heard of. It's an M move, which is like this. And if you want a video on how I do something like this, then watch that video, which teaches you how to do M and U moves well. So the first one is if they go clockwise, then do this. Okay, just keep in mind that this is M inverted or M prime, and then this is M. So you do M2, then this, and M. So how I do that is with my middle, or you can use ring, you just push like that. U2, M prime, or M, and then this, and then do M2. And how I do M2 is I just go with my ring in the middle, like that. So M2. And then you can just do one more move and finish off the cube. If you have that same one edge solved case, but the other edge is going anti-clockwise, then you can do M2, and then U, like this, M, U2, M prime, U, M2, and then just one more move. If you don't have any edge solved, then you could have any of two cases. So, how to recognize this case is that these two edges are swapping. So this orange has to go here and this red has to go here. And then this blue has to go here. So we have a swap here and a swap here. So basically opposite swapping. If you have this case, then you do this algorithm. This is M2, then U prime like this, M2, U2, M2, prime, M2. Basically think of it like this. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. Like that. And if you don't have the opposite swap case with one edge solved, you have kind of adjacent swap like here and here. Then hold it so one of the swaps is in this case. One of the swaps is here and one swap is here. So if it was like this, you wouldn't want to do this because one of the swaps is here and you don't want that. Instead, you want one of the swaps here. Then you do M2, this, M2 single, M single, U2, M twice, U2, M, like that. And then you could do U2, but I think it's better to do just that. So how you can memorize this algorithm is you do 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, I guess. And that is all the cases for this video. I hope that you found this video helpful, and see you next time. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. See you next time. See you next time.